If you want to run an organization, if you want to be the CEO of an organization, or you want to be on that top table, or you just want to be successful and deliver high performance, it's much easier if your whole being and your whole soul are committed to that task. So you have to know what your being and your soul are. You have to know what the values are. You have to understand what are your driving motivators. What's your why? Because when it gets hard, it's the why that pulls you through. It's not you can be determined, but determination gets tired. You can be committed, but the commitment gets tired. And so when the chips are down and when you are exhausted and burning out, it's the why that pulls you through. It's the purpose. So what we encourage people to do is to go and find their personal purpose first. And generally, your personal purpose is made up of two key components. It's made up of we call them trauma experiences, but essentially it's the things that happened to you when you were a kid that made you want to make a difference later in life. In Charles's example, he came from a very working class family, and his mum was essentially trying to find the money to feed the family, multiple siblings, very busy family. His dad had 2 jobs, and he grew up super, super poor. So he never had the opportunity to go to restaurants, to go to events, to go to any sort of fancy locations. And so for him, the thing I'm going to make a difference to was focused on giving people great experiences, making like those moments of joy for people. And obviously he ended up running this events catering business. So it's like the traumatic experiences that make you want to make a difference. The other side of it is the things that you hold in high esteem or that you really value. And the reason we have the word values is because you value them. And so that's the positive examples of purpose. So for Charles, it was his mum doing something really special for his birthday that was not expensive, but was really well considered. It was the concept of his parents working really hard. It was the way they created a family vibe and a family atmosphere for him and his siblings. And so for Charles, the positive value was hospitality and hard work and creating wonderful moments. So it's very hard to be a high performer unless you understand what those things are about yourself. And what we see very frequently with people who are burned out, who aren't clear on their purpose, is they have what we call cognitive dissonance. And it's essentially, I'm doing one thing, but I'm thinking and feeling something different, and they are at loggerheads with one another. When we get really clear with people, and there's an activity in the book and the action tips that people can go through to help them understand what their personal purpose is, and then subsequently what their role purpose and team and organizational purpose is, then it gives you the ability to go, well, actually, am I in the right role based on my traumatic experiences and my values? Am I doing the right things? Is my why aligned with what I'm actually trying to do on this planet, like the impact I'm trying to make on this planet? It was almost serendipitous to meet Charles because he was literally the embodiment of the things I was thinking about. Yeah. So I found it really fascinating to talk to him. And he was, I guess, the muse that I built the purpose chapter around.